Okay, so hi guys. I am recording a live Q&A and I will get started with the very first question. I don't know how many people are going to show up because this is quite impromptu. And here you go. Okay, so I asked you guys on my Instagram yesterday, give me all your questions for my Q&A. This is the May Q&A. The first question which is why on my thumbnail, I put a picture of me wearing this bag. I wore this bag recently. It was just last week, actually. We were invited at the new store opening of the Weekend Maximara store in Metrotown. And yeah, I was honored to go there. It was really beautiful. And I wore my bag. So I'm not going to do a full review here of this Kelly. I love it. So all I can say is I'm still in love with this bag, of course. It's my newest bag. And when I first got it, of course, I was a bit nervous because of the color. It is very pale. Even though it says gris pâle, which is pale gray, it's quite white of a bag. But you know what I noticed in my pictures? So if you guys go on my Instagram now, you can scroll through the carousel of my latest posts. I noticed that this bag under certain lighting does look gray because that's the color of the bag, gray, pale gray, gris pâle. And yeah, it just is so gorgeous. But generally speaking, under clear lighting, it does look very white. I will say this size is a little bit bigger. Someone asked me on my post whether I'm more used to bigger bags now. Um, I still prefer my smaller bags, but I think this is not so huge. You know what I mean? Like it is bigger than my other sizes as bags, but it's not so huge that I'm not used to it per se. Of course, it is a bit more clunky, and I'm not gonna take this bag everywhere I go. And of course, with the color being so bright, I have to dress quite light colored as well. So I have to be a bit more mindful in planning my outfit and planning where I go with it. But yes, I love it. Thank you, Kayla. I know I love my Snow White. And I never name my bags, but this bag, I just love to call her Snow White because she's so pretty. Let me have, more outings with this bag, at least a couple more times before I give you a more thorough video reviewing this bag. But, generally speaking, the Kelly Cellier style is definitely a little bit harder to get into. It's a lot stiffer, but it's gorgeous. It retains structure. So all these things are still true. This one being a bit heavier and clunkier, basically, right? So I think I can definitely give a better, thorough sort of first impression review after I use it a couple more times. But so far, so good. Love it. And yeah, thank you for the question, Diane. Okay. Moving on to the next question. Oh, Jessie Style. Hi, Jessie. So Jessie, also a fellow YouTuber. She makes tons of videos. Thoughts on smooth Hermes leathers, such as Swift, box calf. Would you add any? Good question. And I know I think you're open to smooth leather, right? I can't remember now. I'm pretty sure you have some smooth leather in your collection. Your collection is gorgeous. You have way more like, you have a lot of vintage and you also have a lot of like gorgeous bags. I have not have I ever? Actually, I lied. I have tried. I have tried. Again, lied as in I misremembered. I have tried a Swift leather bag at Hermes, actually. Remember I told you, or maybe I didn't tell you guys. I think I told the members. It was in a video, one of the lives. I was telling you guys that I actually had a chance to try on the Kelly 28, but in the retourné style, and it was in Swift leather. And I remembered it was, well, obviously it was a display, right? It was the bag that they bring out to customers to try. So it was a lot more slouchy. All the corners, because it's the retourné style, all the corners here, they're all kind of sunk in. So you kind of see the spine of the bag kind of come out a bit more, and the rest of the bag is kind of more sunk in. It's not defective by any means, just how smooth or kind of softer leathers are. Because Swift, I believe, is it still a cowhide or is it a lamb? Anyway, it doesn't matter. It's a smooth leather. It's definitely more delicate. I think I would be open to it in a smaller size, such as a um, Kelly pochette, something smaller. I would definitely want to start off there if I were to try smooth leathers that is like Swift, a lot softer and kind of will slouch over time. I have not, no, actually I have tried box calf as well, because my friend Clara, hi Clara, if you're watching eventually, her box calf Constance 18, I tried it in person when she visited me last year, and oh gosh, it's so gorgeous. So with box calf, it's a little bit more structured. It's not as they're both delicate in their ways of, that you can scratch it, but a box calf has more structure. It's a little harder, although yeah, you can still scratch it and buff it. It will patina over time, but it does have more of a structure. And I like that in certain bags again. So her bag was a Constance. If ever, I would probably not mind trying a Constance in box calf. Actually, you know what? I think I think I've seen mini Kellys in box calf before on Instagram, not in real life. And especially the version with the studded Kelly. That one's so cool. And so I think for me, my comfort zone right now is to try these smooth leathers in a smaller size bag. I mean, come on, I don't even buy big size bags anyway, but oh, Clara, you just woke up. I'm just talking about your bag. Um, yeah, mini Kelly in a box would be so nice, right? Like I think that's how I would probably approach these letters if I could ever be so blessed to get these amazing different kind of leather, not just Epsom and Togos, those are wonderful too, but I think definitely box and Swift, because I heard Kelly Pochette and even my essay actually said so, that they rarely see them. Like they'll probably see one a year. I don't know, maybe they're exaggerating, but that's kind of the impression I'm getting from them, is that they don't really see these leathers as readily. So hopefully one day I get a chance to try one. But I think I did tell someone, I can't remember. I think it was a subscriber asking me. I can't remember where. Again, I don't remember who and where they asked me, but I think a box calf in a gorgeous kind of deeper red, like a lipstick, but like a slightly darker lipstick red Kelly. Oh, it would be so nice. This is what I'm dreaming about. Like obviously I love black, but like, if I could get a red bag, I think in a box calf, Kelly, even size 25 would be so So nice. Even 28, actually. I think 28 is a good size for the Kelly because 25, I know a lot of people complain about how the space is quite constricting because, with the 25 Birkin, it's still an open tote. So there's a lot more space, easier to get in and out. With the Kelly, it's slightly more constricting. So the 28 is actually good for that. You get a little bit more room. And when I used it that day, I actually, I bought some stuff and then I shoved it in my bag. So that was cool. I couldn't do that with my Kelly 25, that's for sure. All right, moving on. Thank you, Jesse, for your question. Miles, if you are given a chance to create an a la carte H bag, what would it be and what combo? I think I got this question last time and I honestly don't know, guys. Like I seriously don't know. And I'm not making it up. I truly have no idea what I would do. And I think that it would be a decision that if it ever happens to me, like if I ever get an SO, I will literally have to make that decision quickly. So I could give you an idea of what I'm imagining getting right now if I were to get one, but chances are I'll change my mind when it actually happens. So don't take my word for it. Like I'll probably change my mind. So I think at the moment, um, again, I think I would go with Kelly's. And yeah, I'm torn. I'm actually torn because I love my mini Kelly, but I also love my Kelly 25. And I just added in my mind, I just added the Kelly pochette. Why? Because again, everyone says that Kelly pochette is so rare. They rarely see it in the store. My essay said that she's like never sees them basically. So I'm like thinking, should I make that? Because like if I'm never really gonna get offered that because they don't really see it that often. And even if they were to get it, it probably goes to someone who as a VIP, I would suppose, or has been asking for a long time. I almost wonder if I should make a Kelly pochette. And so, anyway, it will be a Kelly. And then I think with the leather, I would love to try Chev because that's definitely a leather I don't have. And again, Clara also has some lovely Chev bags. And have I seen it though? I don't think I've seen your Chev bag, Clara. But I have seen Chev somewhere. I can't remember where now. Anyway, so Chev, either Mizal or the other one, which is Shamkila. Yeah, I think that's the one that you have, right, Clara? I think you have that one. And I saw your pictures and your videos. So I would love that. Otherwise, again, I don't know if box would be box would be cool. I don't know. I don't know. It depends on which bag I'm making because I have no idea. Literally, I'm making this up right now. So maybe I'll choose either a special bag and go kind of more. I think with colors, I'm still gonna stay with neutrals because that's just how I want my SO to be. Like I still want it to be a bag that is practical for my lifestyle. I want to be able to use it because that's the thing. I even thought about, oh, should I make an exotic if I were to be able to do that? But would I really use it? That's the issue, right? So obviously, maybe maybe even if I would to do an exotic, I would probably lean towards ostrich or lizard rather than alligator or crocodile because those are quite expensive and I would feel so nervous using those bags, right? So I still want my bags, even if it's an SO, you can do whatever you want as long as they offer that at that time. I still want to do something practical for myself. So yeah, probably still a neutral, would love a gray. Um I would be open to reds though. Depends if they have beautiful, like a nice red, right? Like the right shade of red. Otherwise neutral and Kelly's. Don't know the size yet. Don't know the leather, but I'll probably try to do some special leather. Like chef would be good. Chef is still a normal leather. They're still more rare, but it's a nice leather. So I would definitely. I know, Clara, I cannot wait. I cannot wait for us to hang out, and yeah, it will be so fun. I cannot wait. And then we can also go to all the, not that we have too many, not that I have a lot of events to go to, honestly. It just so happened that I went to two back to back, but I would love to be going with you and my husband if he can come, but otherwise you're always going to be my sidekick from now on. Oh yeah, I remember. I think I remember. Yeah, Oksana has kind of like a, the is hers rouge ash? It's very dark. I think hers is a little darker. I wanted something a little brighter, but still not like a super bright red lipstick, but slight, just a touch darker. Does that make sense? So it's still a red. It's still a bright red. Good morning, Nat. Thank you for joining the Q&A. Okay, moving on to the next question. Thanks, Miles. Okay, Dr. Purse time. Cool. What quota bag is on your wish list with your local boutique? I think I got this question last time as well. Definitely on my wish list because I have Kelly's, I have Birkins. I don't have a Constance yet. So Constance, they are considered quota bags here. So that would be my wish list. But yeah, I think if I could get more Kellys, like kind of down the road in the future, I would get more Kellys as well. But yeah, definitely Constance would be the next target for me. So good question. Oh, Tony, you just asked the same question. I just answered it. So yeah, that's my wish list. It's just a constant. That's the one I was trying to get in Hawaii, but I ended up with this Kelly. It's kind of funny. Amy Chen. That's a cool question. If you could have any bag in Jimmy Chua's massive collection, what would it be? You know what? I don't really know her collection by heart. I know she has a lot of gorgeous bags. I know she has a lot of Birkins, a lot of Kellys. If anything, I have an impression that she's more of a Kelly girl, but she honestly, her collection is so comprehensive that, wow, any of her bags would be amazing. That's how I look at it. But I also, I like how your question is because it's more kind of like, it's a dreamy kind of fantasy question, right? Like literally, I'm not gonna just take a bag from her wardrobe. That's just not gonna happen. It's an impossible situation. So I'm gonna be going big. Okay, I'm gonna go big. Yes, you got it, Tony. That's why I was gonna go big because in real life, if I were to do an SO myself in my store, all of that, I would be more down to earth and do something quite just normal that I would use. But if I could steal a bag from her collection, I would go for the Himalayan. I know, baby. It's just like, doesn't she have one that has diamonds? I mean, yeah, I'll go with one of those. Either the Birkin or the Kelly. I honestly don't care at this point because whichever she can spare or whichever I can get, she will not spare it, I know. She has planned, she'll notice. It's still her babies. I mean, come on. She still worked hard and it's not easy to be such a big influencer and socialite like her. It's a different kind of pressure. So we shouldn't diminish other people's success. She still worked hard for those. So but if I could steal it even for one night, I would try to wear her Birkin or her Kelly Himalayan. Those are gorgeous. So good question. That's such a fun question. Steph Louis. Does purchasing online at Hermes count toward pre-spend? Again, I'm pretty sure I answered this question last time. But as far as I know from my store, it does not count towards your quota bag spend. However, it does stay in your profile. They can see it when you buy anything online, and it builds your profile, I guess, that way. It builds in a sense that they see that you are interested in a variety of things, whether you purchase online or in store. But in order for it to count towards, your essay, relationship, history, and then counting towards your next bag, because every time you get a quota bag, it resets. Like everything that you spent in store with your essay, it resets. So the online purchases that you do yourself at home on your browser, those do not count towards your quota bag pre-spend. With the exception, apparently, so if your essay allows it, you can ask your essay to order something online for you. You will have to do it in store though. They can't do it online or send you a link or anything. You have to be in store with them. They will order it through their system. You'll pay it. I think you even get like an interact receipt, because that's kind of how, yeah, it's a different, they're using a different POS when they do it online. But you still have to pay in store basically, right? So you just get a different receipt. And that, in that case, if they do it for you in store, then it counts. So it's annoying. I know it's really it's tricky, because I I don't know if they encourage that, because it's more work for them to do that for you. Obviously, if the stock is not available and you really like it, then I'm sure your essay will be more than happy to help you out just to get the item. But I think generally speaking, they prefer to just sell you the stock that they have, or they actually prefer to transfer available stock from another boutique within Canada. That way it still counts, right? That's kind of still selling you through the boutique, but just transferring the stock over, in which you still have to pay the deposit, which, it is annoying, I know. But yeah, it is possible to buy something online, like where the stock comes from online, but your essay has to do it for you in store. You pay it in store, then it will count. If you buy it yourself at home, then no, it doesn't count. So complicated, guys, I know. Which is why I kind of avoid it. It's just what it is. Okay, what are shorts? Is the strap on your mini Lindy too long for my height? So I have several videos on the mini Lindy. You can watch those, but I don't think it's too long for me. Again, the mini Lindy is a crossbody bag, right? So it is meant to be a crossbody length. I'm 5'4", maybe 5'3.5". Anyway, round up to 5'4". And I don't find it too long or too short on me. It's just okay. Obviously, if you wear on just the shoulder, then yes, it will appear a bit long, just kind of how the rectangular mini is. The rectangular mini has a longer strap compared to the square mini. And when you wear a crossbody, it's kind of nice that way, because it definitely is a crossbody bag, because it only comes with a long chain, right? Um, and then I think with the proportions of the longer flap versus the square flap, it looks nice like that, even though it's a bit long. So it's kind of like that. The mini Lindy, it does have a longer strap. I think as long as you're 5'3" and above, you should be able to pull it off, unless yeah, I think you should be able to pull it off if you're 5'3" or more. And the other thing that you could do, which obviously that's not how it's designed, but you can, let me just grab it. So I will remove myself for. I might even have to move my chair now. But so with this bag, and I showed it in my review video, you guys can just go back and watch it. With this bag, you can also maneuver the strap so that it's kind of like a top handle. It's not really, it's just temporary, but it's kind of cool. You can do it, right? So if you're just traveling with this bag, so if you're just traveling with this bag, right? Let's say you're somewhere and you don't have any other bags, but you need to go to a nice dinner. All you need to do is just pull this in from one end, doesn't matter which end it is, and wrap it around on the bottom. And then voila, you've got like a little top handle, and it can be like your nighttime bag, right? It's kind of just temporary. It's not designed to be worn this way, and you know, it's not going to be your shoulder bag that way either. It's just kind of cool. It's just something you can do. But the strap is long because it is a crossbody bag. It's not like the Lindy 26 where it's a shoulder style bag, right? It is a lot longer. So really the only way to wear this bag and look normal is to wear it crossbody like that. Sorry, I have my sweatpants, but see, like crossbody looks totally fine on my 5'4", 5'3.5" frame, right? It just hits me right on the hips, so it's totally fine. I wouldn't say that it's too long. Okay. Anything Celine on your radar from Lizzie C? Okay, so I was going through these questions roughly right before I came online. And then when I saw this question, I was kind of worried to disappoint. I was worried to give a disappointing answer because truthfully, currently speaking, I have nothing on my radar from Celine. And I'm speaking from like an honest perspective because right now I have too much going on at Hermes. There's just not enough resources for me to just be shopping everywhere. So truthfully, that's the answer. So I don't technically have anything that I'm eyeing or that I'm actively trying to get, basically, to pursue. So sorry to disappoint, but I did want to make an effort to show you what I've always liked at Celine, and that if I were to get it, it would be that. So I will share another screen. So let me just remove this one. I am not playing around when I do these. When I do these Q&A, I definitely want to be not just informative, but helpful. So like, you know, I definitely like this jacket still. Do you guys remember this jacket? Let me just make the screen different there. Do you guys remember this jacket? I talked about it in my Celine videos, I'm sure. I even tried it a few times every time I were to visit the store with my friends. And you know, I still really like this jacket. Why do I like it? Okay, so this is their tweed, bouclé tweed. It's called a chasseur jacket. The price went up by like almost $1,000, guys. It's kind of crazy. Since the last time I tried it. And then what I like about it is that it's so simple. It only has 3 buttons. It's kind of a little boxy, so it's a little bit more. You know how like Balmain jackets, they are boxy, but only in the shoulders, but the waist is super tight. This is different in that way. So this one is boxy all throughout. So the whole body of the jacket is boxy. It gives you that kind of very casual, cool look. Versus Balmain is just too edgy, like almost like too signature. This one is just kind of like your everyday, super comfortable boxy jacket. But it's not so boxy that it's oversized. It's not like that. It's just the cut is more straight cut, and the crop is just it's a good length, basically. It's not super crop. It's not too long. So I like it because it's a very classic, just plain tweed jacket. 3 simple buttons. The buttons do have the Celine signature on it, and the material is just their tweed material. So, oh, and I also really like the piping all along this gorgeous jacket. Again, this jacket is always going to be around. I've seen a couple on the pre-love. I missed out because I think there was someone, one of my friends, I think Victoria, she showed me her, she showed me one of the listings at one point, and she was going to get it, but she didn't get it. And then I was like, oh my gosh, if I knew, I would have bought it. Because, like, yeah, that's the thing with in the pre-love, you can get these jackets for sometimes half price or less, depending on when they got it, right? So this would be the only thing that I would be truly, truly interested in buying, because I've always been eyeing this jacket. No bags, nothing like that. Not that I don't like Celine. Again, I'm just coming from a super truthful, sort of like what's happening right now kind of situation. I just can't afford to be distracted everywhere, right? I am quite kind of focused right now. So much going on at Hermes. So much as in like the journey is still going, right? Like yeah, that's why. But that's yeah, that's my answer, Lizzie. Let me go to the next screen of questions. I think this page is over now. Let me go to the next one. How are you guys doing? I saw some more people join the live. Let me just get the screen first. Okay. All right. Okay, we just answered those two questions. Yeah, let's go through your other ones. So from the same person previously, thoughts on the Lindy 26, would you get it? So I probably wouldn't. The Lindy 26, not that it resembles the Speedy 25, but I feel like it's kind of that because I know the way you carry those bags are different. Like the Speedy 25 and the Lindy 26, they're totally different. I know they're totally different. But the way I see it is just like the inside, it's kind of like that cube, right? But it's a bigger cube. So I feel like, with my experience with the Speedy, the larger size Speedy, I also had a 30 back then. Things get so like crazy inside. They're just everywhere. And I feel like that's what's going to happen with the 26 Lindy. Maybe it's a little bit better on the 26 Lindy, maybe because again, the opening, it's a 2-zipper. You can just kind of open that flap and see everything. So I feel like it's still probably a little bit better with the 26, but I'm not looking for that size bag anyway. I already have the Chanel 22, which for me, that's sort of like my current ride or die larger size bag. I don't really want to get any other larger size bag like that. I know they're totally different. They're really not comparable, but I don't have the desire to get the Lindy 26. But I think it's a really cool bag. I think every time I see someone wear it, I'm like, wow, it's really cool. It's kind of how when I see someone wear the Chanel 22 or myself, sometimes I just catch myself on the reflection and I'm just like, yeah, that's a cool bag. So that's how I see it. Like I like it for on others. I just don't want one for myself. Oh, thank you for the love of bags. This blouse, it's so cute, right? I please watch my video next week. I did a new haul try on, and it's part of the collection, this blouse. And I'll link it below if you want to take a quick peek of what it is right now. I mean this blouse, but you'll see the rest of my haul next week. My video is going up next week. Okay. Also from the same person, if you were to get a bag from Bottega, which one would it be and why? So I did my research again, and I narrowed down to this bag. And I'll tell you why. So this one. Let me just go through the screen. Yeah. So with Bottega, I kind of had a moment, maybe a couple years ago, a moment where I was like really, really kind of really wanting to get a Bottega bag. And I tried actually. I tried it in the store, and then I decided not to get it in store because I wanted to buy it from Matches Fashion because the price was slightly lower coming from Europe. And it was not meant to be because that bag never arrived. I bought it, but like the bag got stuck or lost in customs, something like that. Something crazy happened, and then I had to deal with this whole lost package or displaced package for a little while, and then eventually it was returned back to Matches Fashion because like I don't even want it anymore because it was stuck somewhere. I don't even know what happened, honestly. And then so yeah, it was just never meant to be. But yeah, and that was the only time that I kind of tried to get a Bottega bag, and then it just yeah, and I just forgot about it. But after looking through the collection yesterday, I narrowed down to this one because I think if I were to get something from any brand actually, not just Bottega, from any brand other than Chanel Hermes, I would go for something so kind of crazy and unique, right? Not stuff that I already have that I will use instead. So this for me is kind of a cool design. I've never seen this anywhere else, and I really like sardines myself. Like I love eating them, and I kind of think it's a cute idea to put the sardine as the handle. That's what the bag is called, sardine with chain. Again, the intrecciato weaving is super signature. The leather on their bags are very soft, and it is gorgeous. Very nice craftsmanship, apparently made by hand from beginning to end. So I really appreciate that. So in terms of like the leather design, I love that. I love also like the quirky sardine handle. And this is a cool size because they have it in the mini and they have it in the medium. But I think the classic size would be the one that I would go for. Mini does seem a bit too small, especially considering this one opens kind of like this with a magnet and then you just fold the top. Um, I think it's secure enough. Is it super secure? Probably not. So I definitely want kind of the middle size. I think that would be the best size. And it would just be a very fancy, just anytime I feel like wearing something a little bit different, this would be my choice, I guess. I like that the chain you can also just throw it over your shoulder. I always love the option. I think that's why I love Kelly's because although I use the top handle most of the time, but I love having the chain there just whenever I need it. So yeah, this would be my choice. But wow, guys, how expensive is this bag? 6,200 plus tax. I really can appreciate it. It's so nice. I really like the quirkiness and everything. But yeah, after tax, it's 7,000. And I just don't have that resource right now to kind of play around. That's the only unfortunate situation I'm in right now. But I really love this bag on. I can totally see myself. Sorry. I can totally see myself wear this kind of like that's just how I dress sometimes. I like to be monochrome and sometimes I just like a cool black blazer and matching trousers and just throw a cool bag like that. Like that's just how I dress too sometimes. So I would totally pick this one. Now I want to ask you guys back, which one would you get if you were to get any Bottega bags because they have so much to offer. Definitely. Okay, back to the questions. Okay. I gotta hurry up because I gotta eat before our actual live, the luxury live show. Okay. From Miss Pugh 2000, would you get a Loewe gate or Loewe anagram basket? So again, I'm gonna share my other screen just to show you what she's talking about. So the anagram basket is the one that a lot of people on YouTube have purchased. or have been interested in buying. It's just like I guess it's just like these, it's either I think it's this one, right? This one is the Paula Ibiza anagram. Okay, I think it's like this one, right? It's like these basket bags. Um, I'm not into it. First of all, nothing wrong with it, but like I don't see any practicality in these bags. Things just kind of fall off. And I don't have that kind of lifestyle. That's why it's not nothing against the bag. It's just that I don't have that lifestyle. I don't really go to the beach every weekend, and I don't have um like a casual setting where I could use a bag like this. I think the only times I would use a bag like this is if I was in Hawaii. But you guys already know that I love using my Longchamp net, like the one with the net. How does it called? The filet bag. I love that one. Um, and it's that one is actually super practical. So I would rather buy that over this. And then the other one that you mentioned, which now I have to look at the name again. Oh, the gate. Yeah, I remember the gate. So the gate is kind of like their version of the hold on a sec. It's kind of like their version of the saddlebag. Let me just grab their site. Can I grab this bag? Oh, why is it so hard to find? Okay, there you go. Okay, let me just share my screen again. So yeah, the way I see it is kind of like their crossbody saddle-ish shape, right? The bottom is rounded. And I'm not even attracted to it. I've never been a fan of saddlebags, and I don't like it. So probably not. I actually like the basket more than this, if that makes sense. And then as a crossbody, I know the strap is, especially the ones they have here. I know the straps are, they're adjustable and all of that, but I have so many more other crossbody bags that I prefer. So no to this one. But yeah, I definitely, if I were to pick one between the two, I would pick the basket because I think aesthetically I find that more pleasing, first of all. And if I were to have a very bougie bag that I take on travel, that would be the one. Does that make sense? So it has to be functional to me, and it also has to be making sense in my lifestyle. Okay, also from the same question, from the same person, which 5 bags will make it to the list for the 5 categories? Okay, so quick fire, right? Every day, Chanel 22. Mini. As a tote, Chanel 22, small. Crossbody, that would be the mini Lindy. That's a really good crossbody. For evening, I would go with. Okay, so evening is kind of a. There's so many choice for me for evening. I could either go with a mini Kelly or a mini flap, or I can even go with the Kelly 25, to be honest. But let's just say mini Kelly or mini flap from Chanel. And then special occasion for me is still the Lady Dior. Those would be my choice. The Lady Dior is so, although I don't wear it very often, but it's such a like it makes the outfit. It makes the outfit for a special occasion. That's how I see it. Okay. Lux monologue. If you can restart your entire bag collection, which 10 will you get? That's a tough one. Okay, so I'm just gonna look around my bedroom and see which one would I pick. Hopefully I got all of them. So if I were to restart, again, I need my everyday bag. So Chanel 22, and I'll probably go with Chanel 22 small, even though I love the mini. Like I rave about the mini so much, but I think I need at least like a tote size. So Chanel 22 small. That's out of the gate. Mini Kelly. Kelly 25. Black. I guess I have to keep my Kelly 28 in this gris pad because I have to have this color, like this a light color. So it could be 28, it could be 25. So already 3 Kellys, right? I want a constant. So let's just like throw a Constance 18 in it. So now I have 5 more, all right? 5 more. Oh, only 5. Let's do a mini flap Chanel Caviar. I have to have those. I guess let's throw in also the classic flap Caviar, the light gray color that I have. Either light gray or some neutral, right? Either black or light gray. But the light gray that I have is perfect already. And then okay, let's just throw in the Birkin 25. I still like the Birkin a lot, even though I like Kelly's, but I think I need at least one. That's the thing. And you know what? For the Birkin, I would not mind a different color just because I don't want like a black Kelly and then a black Birkin. Like if I could redo it, I would take a different color, such as gris éteint. That would be wow, just like gorgeous. I would love that. Or even like étoupe, something like that. So I have only 2 choice left. Oh my gosh, what would I pick? 2 choice. 2 choice. Oh, I actually don't really need all 10. I think I would already be so happy with these 8 because I feel like I have all the bases covered. But then again, I do love my mini Chanel 22, so let's just throw that one in. And maybe instead of black, I'll have a white this time because I actually want to get a white now, especially knowing that the chains are upgraded. I definitely want a different color. And since I already have a black 22, so that's, yeah, I think I'll do that. And then last, one more. Oh, let's throw in the Kelly Pochette. I think that's like, there you go. Got it. All 10 bags. But see, this is me restarting and then adding things that I don't have or maybe changing some colors. So yeah, that sounds good to me, actually. That sounds great to me. Okay. Also from Lux Monologue, her questions are really fun. If you could restart your H collection and only keep 4 bags, 2 quota, 2 non-quota, which one would they be? Okay, 2 quota. 2 quota only? 2 quota. Okay, 1 Kelly 25 Noir. Okay. And then oh darn. Oh darn. I have to go with mini Kelly. I just want to have at least I want the strap and I want something tiny, right? So I have to go with mini Kelly. It doesn't even have to be the gold on gold. It could be a different color. But yeah, those would be the 2 that I would keep. 2 Kellys, 1 mini 125. Non-quota, I really like I mean, I really like the mini Lindy. I think the mini Lindy, even though it's not an everyday bag for me, I just really enjoy having it. I think it's such a good one to have. And although I haven't been to because the way I imagine the mini Lindy is like it's really kind of like a nice destination travel bag. Destination not meaning like Hawaii. Like Hawaii, you can get away with any bag because it's so safe and you can dress up and like everyone's so nice. So you don't really need to bring like a very secure bag. For me, the mini Lindy is like, oh, if I'm going to, I don't know, a whole 2 weeks to I don't know, to Hong Kong or to Singapore or somewhere kind of far, like far away from my home, and you can't be super casual. Like you can't be super dressy all the time because you're probably walking around. Oh, actually, or Europe, right? Like where you have to be a bit more mindful of your belongings, and you might be just out and about a lot and on your feet. So this is the kind of bag that I would bring with me. Whereas Hawaii is just kind of like whatever. If I get tired, I'll go back to my hotel and sleep. Like it's such an easy going kind of laid back type of trip that I don't really care what bag I carry because on top of that, it's very safe there. So okay, sorry, sidetracking. So yeah, the two non-quota bags would be Mini Lindy and do I have another non-quota bag I would rather have? Let me just think. Oh, I wish a Constance is non-quota here. Can I just say not the Constance? I really want a Constance, but I feel like it's kind of not fair if I put it towards the quota bag section, even though it's considered a quota bag here. I just feel like, you know, Kellys are so they're so dressy and kind of you know, they're kind of annoying if you're not in the right state of mind or in the right setting. You can't use a Kelly. So for me, the Kellys are like special bags. For my non-quota bags, I want practical crossbodies. So I want like a Constance and like a mini Lindy, and it's all bases covered. That's how I see it, even though it is considered a quota here. But let's just throw that one there. I think that would be my ideal kind of scenario if I could. Okay, I think we covered all the questions from IG. Yes, we did. Those are tough questions. I knew you were gonna ask me this. I really like the picotin. I think it's just because if I could just choose two, right? Like only two, because that's the question, right? I could only choose two and two, and I just feel like I want to have all my bases covered in terms of my lifestyle. I can't go with the picotin because then that one's also just handheld and kind of open. Like I want to have more options. Does that make sense, Clara? Obviously, I like my picotin. It's not going anywhere. I will always have it, right? Especially in the special, in the special, edition that I have, the touch. Tony, it's not true everywhere because in Vancouver, and I just asked my essay, so I know this is the most updated information. It's a quota bag in Vancouver. You have to spend for it, and your spend resets. So it is a quota bag here, unfortunately. At least in Vancouver. I don't know. Maybe it's different in a different city as of right now. And I asked my essay. It's a quota bag. The Constance, unfortunately. Let's see. Oh, what's my Lady Dior? I have a Lady Dior in the mini size per lesson. I will I will I will show my entire collection in a video, which is the video that's coming out next week. So guys, watch it because not only do I talk about my whole collection in detail, but I also style all of my bags. So it's going to be a really comprehensive, fun video to watch. And on top of that, you get to see so many eye candy, like new clothing as well. Really beautiful summer collection. I'm so excited for summer. It's still a bit cold. My hands are actually freezing right now because like 15 degrees right now, and I had to put these thick these thick pants because I was like so cold. But yeah, I can't wait for the summer. I want to wear my dresses and everything. Oh, you're in Toronto. Um, yeah, you know what? Tony, I I think it's unfair that the Constance is a quarterback here because it's not everywhere. So I honestly I had such a like a turmoil. Like I almost like didn't think that it was worth it to work towards a constant, like to use my pre-spend and then reset on just a constant. But it's not just a constant. I really want a constant. I've been trying so many constants from my friends. So I want one. So I at the end of the day, I just decided, you know what? I'm not gonna get it anywhere else because I couldn't get it in Hawaii. I'm not going to France anytime soon. So I might as well just get it here. Get it done, over with, and work on something else. But yeah, the mini Lindy, that I'm surprised though. That I mean, all the bags are so hard these days. And we got to just prioritize. I think if you can get work one at a time obviously, but prioritize what's more important to you in your collection. Uh For the lava bags, which one were we talking about? Are we talking about the Celine or are we talking about the Bottega? Because I totally agree. For I think for the Celine jacket, because I have seen it a couple times. Although I think because that Celine jacket is quite popular, so every time someone sells it, it gets snatched so fast. So I think unless you see one, you buy it right away. That would be the way to go to get it under retail that way. And plus these jackets, right? Like they probably stay in tip top condition, even if it's pre-love, because it's made with a very robust tweed material. Unless that person literally trashed it, chances are you can get a really nice one and you just need to dry clean it. But yeah, I agree. I agree for those ones. We should just try to find it in the pre-love market. Oh yeah, Bottega. Yeah, I know. The leather's so nice. Oh, Cassie has it. Oh, she said it, the weight of the handle. You know what? I'm probably not gonna buy it, but I just was, trying to answer the question truthfully and as, how I would probably react from a first impressions point of view. That's the one that I went with. I'm probably not gonna buy it anyway. I can't. I just can't. I can't. Not enough resources. Yeah, you know what? I think it's kind of fun. I already linked it, babe. I already linked it. And I will, you'll be able to see the whole collection next week when you see my video. Worked so hard on that video because you guys know how hard it is to do try-ons, right? Oh, what is this about, Nat? Are we talking about oh, the Lindy? Okay. They should really come up with a multi-purpose Lindy with detachable straps. I know. And they probably will eventually because I'm sure a lot of people ask about it or at least have had thought about it. And I know Hermes, Chanel, all the fashion houses, they do make changes over time. And I see that as being a kind of like an eventuality, and then you would want to upgrade yours eventually. But yeah, I feel like that's going to happen probably. Just my hunch. I think I got all the questions. Yeah, you feel the same. Hello, Grace. I'm praying for you too. Yeah, the mini Kellys, they're so hard to come by, but eventually, when it's meant to be for you, it's meant to be. Um, let's see here. Ingrid. I'm actually shocked to know that the mini Lindy and the Constance are quota bags in some countries. In Brazil, they are rent free in the stores and the website. Really? Wow. Yeah. The Constance for sure. I'm not sure about the mini Lindy. That would be something new. maybe I can ask my essay next time. But I know the mini Lindy, especially when I asked for mine. I've asked for mine for a long time as well, and I had waited probably a year since I asked to get it. And you know how it goes, right, guys? Like in Canada, especially, and we covered that topic also with Jerusha on the luxury live stream, on the luxury live show. You know, in Canada, the policy is one quota bag a year maximum. It doesn't mean that you're going to get one every year. It just means that that's the maximum you can get. And then in between that, so in between you're waiting for your next quota bag, you're allowed to get a non-quota bag in between, but just one. And that's the thing. Depending on when you get any sort of bag, not quota, non-quota, quota, doesn't matter. If it's too close together, you won't get another bag offer. Like you have to wait a certain time period. Anywhere between 5 to 6 months, I was told, is the minimum. So basically, you can only get 2 bags a year, and preferably if you can space it out 6 months at a time. Because again, let's say you get a bag, let's say you get a quota bag in January, and then you get a non-quota bag in October. That means even though you're supposed to be able to get another quota bag in January again, you know, considering you did a whole spending profile and all of that, you can't get it in January because you just got a bag in October, even though it's non-quota. You still have to wait 5 6 months. So basically you still have to wait till March, April to get another bag. And it doesn't matter if it's non-quota that you got in October, because that's just how it is. They need to space it out. They can't just offer constantly, or at least they can't. I guess maybe that, I don't know why, but maybe they just don't want that to show up as like a too close together. I don't know. I don't work there, so but I was told that it's basically, you know, you have the chance to get a quota every year maximum, but try not to, if you're waiting for your next quota bag and it's imminent, it's supposed to be closed, don't go and get like Evelyn. Don't. It's just going to ruin your chances of, you know, having to wait even longer, which I don't think it would be worth it to do it. But yeah, unfortunately, the stock in Canada and just the way the demand and the supply is, it's just the fact that our economy is kind of not to the scale of some countries. We just can't have that kind of volume, and they don't have that much stock, and that's probably why they make it so strict and make certain things quota, even though they're not supposed to be quota anyway. We should all go to Brazil, I know. um yeah, anyway, it is strict. It is strict. But I feel like it's much better than 2021, because remember guys, I started my journey in 2021, literally January. Like I decided, okay, I'm gonna get started this year. It's gonna be our new goal. And literally it was such a pain. It was the most heart, mind, soul, everything. Like I was going crazy. Like I'm not even exaggerating. 2021 was so bad because of the pandemic, and the economy was on hold, and literally there was no stock coming in. I felt like I waited eternity to get my quota bag, to get anything. Actually, I didn't get anything for almost a whole year. At least now I feel like the stock is more normal. Like it feels like the economy is kind of back to a more normal pace, and I feel like I see more stuff on display. Like I feel like, okay, at least we're not so crazy like back in 2021, because literally when I started, it was a nightmare. It was just like, oh, I always felt gutted that I'm like, oh, and here's another month of waiting and nothing happening, you know. Um, but yeah, at least now it's okay. I feel like it's sort of, yeah, you even see more activity in the store, more people shopping, and so I can't complain. Okay, guys, I have to go and get my dinner. I have to eat, and then we are going live at 8 o'clock. So I'll see you guys again soon. And then also just be subscribed to my channel, notification and all that, because I have new videos coming out like next week. My new video is coming out. So thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you next week. Bye. Or actually, I'll see you in a hour and a half if you watch the luxury live show. Okay, bye guys.